welcome to my channel. This is so crazy because I've been thinking about this for a while, but I'm an overthinker. I was just overthinking the start of this whole thing because I don't really know what this channel is going to be. It's just going to be a diary of all the random things that I think about and do, adventures I may go on. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna get ready because me and my mom are starting a podcast and we're gonna film today for the first time, our first episode. So that'll be cool. It's gonna be like basically like our relationship has not always been close, but God has definitely like restored our relationship. And now it's super cool because she's like my best friend, and yeah, it's like when we were, I live with her now, but back when, you know, I was living in an apartment with my family and stuff, like we just could have these like hours long conversations, phone conversations, where just about anything and everything, life, God, like all the things. And so we're yappers. And so I'm like, you know what? We should turn this into a podcast. Like we've literally gone through so much in our life together and separately that there's so many stories that we have that I think people can relate to and just want to hear. I don't know, just for entertainment even. So I'm like, we should just throw on the camera and basically the feel of it be like if you were sitting in on our conversation. So once that's up, I'll put it in the description, like the link to that channel. But I'm super excited. So you know, as I get ready, I'm going to, you know, we could just talk, get to know me a little bit, and stuff like that. But yeah, I am 28 years old. I'll be 29 in January. And I have a husband. I'm married with 3 kids, 3 boys. And it's been a journey. Because I got pregnant kind of young at like 21. I had him, his birthday is the day before mine, so turned 22, right? You know, I was in the hospital when it was my birthday. But yeah, he's gonna be 7 in January. I can't even believe like it's been almost 7 years. It just flew by. I'm like, how? So yeah. I'm not even gonna get into like I use this product and that product because I'm not a beauty guru at all, and y'all might be watching this like, oh girl, but it's okay because it's fine. And I ain't got a whole lot to work with, so bear with me. This is gonna hopefully just be quick, but as I can get more things, I'd love to get more like affordable products. I feel like I've gone through a bunch of stages in my life where I was into like photography, like capturing things, and then I was like in a modeling stage where I like wanted to model. Like all these different kind of stages and hobbies in my life. Baking was one of them. Never really entered like a cooking era, but now that I'm a mom, I've had to like, obviously, and a wife, learn how to cook somewhat. Thank God, like my husband will cook too. Like he doesn't mind cooking because I'm like, but yeah, it's funny too because my brother, so like since we're living with my mom and my brother, my youngest brother, oh, and that's why I didn't put the little note there. But yeah, since we're living with them, me and my youngest brother have been able to just like bond and stuff. And it's been cool because we've kind of been doing like TikTok together. I'll put that in the description too, but we've gone like live making stuff, or like we'll go like try, when we had some money, we would go like try different like little places, you know, like their foods and stuff. And so we kind of made it into like a little series, like this little thing that was just like fun. And he'll like come up, like he'll see all these different like recipes on like TikTok and Instagram, and he'd be like, yo, I want to try this. We literally, what did we make? He learned how to make, we made funnel cake, which was so cool. It was like, and so good. I always thought it was like really hard to make, but they're actually not that hard to make. You just make the batter, and then you just have to have like one of those pans that's like a deep fry kind of pan where you can like heat up like a bunch of oil, and then the oil just has to get really hot, and it's like a really cool process actually, and it's not complicated. So that's been fun. Being a mom is fun too, but it's very challenging, but it's very rewarding at the same time. And it's like you're in constant worry and all these things. So I'm like, thank God, like I have God to like lean on and stuff, because if I didn't, like, I don't know how people like get through parenting and like just the worries of like when they get sick, you just feel so helpless, like just all the things, like you wish you could take it away. It's just all kinds of stuff. I'm like, thank God, like I have him to lean on and for like guidance and counsel, because if not, I have no idea how I'd like get through, how I even got through 7 years like from my first child. Crazy. But yeah, so I have a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 2-year-old, and life is busy. They're all boys, so I'm a boy mom. And my husband, everyone asks us, do you want a 4? Do you want to try for the girl? My husband really wants to try for the girl. I'm really content. Like, I'm kind of cool with not because 3 is a lot, you know? But I wouldn't be opposed to it. And I've actually had like like a few dreams that I had a girl, or that I was pregnant with a girl. And I was like, oh no, Lord, like I thought then I was gonna come out pregnant like within the following months, but nope, has not happened. We definitely don't want one right now, although he wouldn't mind if it happened sooner than later. He'd be like excited, but I'm kind of like, there's just like a lot of things I want to do too. Like we're starting this podcast. God has just been working in our life a lot. So I grew up in the church, like going to non-denominational like Church of Christ, and I got saved when I was 16. So, you know, and I've gone through a lot since then. A lot of life has happened. A lot of life happened for me before that. And so, yeah, but even with living a lot of life, I kind of thought like, oh yeah, I got this. Like I had to grow up quickly. Like I know what I'm doing. You know, as a teenager, you think you know everything. And I learned quickly, like going into my college years, like, no, you don't. And pride definitely comes before the fall. And I found out really quickly that I just really need God. And I mean, I'll share more like as time goes about just my relationship with God, how that like roller coaster has gone. But I'm just super thankful that like once God claims you as his, like you're his, and there's nothing that can separate you. And even before that, like he created all of us. So it's like no matter what, like he loves you and he wants you and he created you, but it's like he knows which one of his creations, like who of his creation I should say, like are going to choose him back, you know. But when you do, like if you make that decision, like you inherit so much with it. And so I'm just super grateful that he's had a hand on my life, like no matter whether I was like close to him or, you know, wandering, like he was patient with me, he loved me through it, and he always brought me home, you know. And so yeah, and I think a lot of this year has been like unlearning, or the last few years, unlearning a lot of things too, and then like just rebuilding, you know, my foundation in different ways. Like I think it's just going deeper. Like you just realize like, I don't know, God like opens like whole other new worlds. You go from like glory to glory. He changes you, he transforms you all the time. It's like a constant refiner's process, you know. And so yeah, but I'm super excited. I think my challenge with all of this is going to be consistency, but I just feel led to do the podcast, to do this, and just share my life, which is going to be hard too, because I think I like want that and want to, like, I want to help others, and that's where my heart is coming from, is just to like relate and be like, look, like, I'm so imperfect, but like, look what God does with imperfect when you just have a heart that's willing to come to him. Like, I want to show that, but it's hard to put your business out there, you know? So we'll see how it goes. Pray for me. And if there's specific things like maybe you were going through that you wonder, I've gone through so much that I've probably gone through it too. So, you know, if there's anything that you're like, you know, have you gone through this? How did you get through that? Or I'm going through this. Can you pray for me? Like, put in the comments, like, let me know. I'm just down for a good adventure. Like, I used to be such an adventurer. And then as I became like a mom, you become more like, and a wife, like you just become more of like a homebody, more of like, I don't know, it's just not the same. Like, you're just not the same as you were. And I've gone through a lot in my life, so I'm not as carefree, but God is like transforming me through that. Like, more and more do I like, he gives me like a 2.0 version of my old self. And I mean, like, not old, like who he created me to be, and that's like really cool. So I'm just trying to have fun and enjoy like all stages of life. And right now I'm like in a season of like the wilderness is what I would call it. Like, I'm in a holding season that I'm learning a lot. I know promises and certain things that God has, like words he's given me and my husband, and things that I'm looking forward to. But before we get there, like, where much is given, much is required, right? So it's like just trying to be like really devoted and like, okay, I think my biggest struggle right now is like, just, okay, what are the idols in my life? My phone has definitely become one of them. That's just me being super real. Like, you know, just trying to, like, when I have a moment, because as a mom, like, you're just go, 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 like, everything is a lot that, like, you look for outlets of, like, okay, how can I just tune out and, like, maintain my sanity, you know? And so those things can become an idol. TV shows, like, all the things, right? Okay, I just want to, like, tune out and binge. Like, today, like, God's been giving me revelation through, like, prayer, but then also conversation with people of just like, okay, if you want, like, you know, the purpose and the things God's calling you to, like, he's got to be able to trust you with how you steward with the little bits of things. Are you going to walk in obedience? If God says start a podcast, are you going to start the podcast? Or are you going to, like, my thing is like overthinking everything, like, okay, is this the right way to move? Is it? And like, I have to just walk with God, and he'll like, and trust that he'll speak to me and give me like the instructions as I go. And I think my fear is like, if I don't have it beforehand, all the instructions, like the instruction manual, so I can know, like, that's where it's hard. So I just have to start, and that's what today is. We're just starting, and it's gonna evolve and evolve, but I can't be scared to just start, you know? So yeah, it's been that hold up, but I'm super excited for all the things it's gonna be. My husband has been jumping more into music and his call in that, so I'm like super excited for him, because, you know, I know God's gonna do amazing things with that, and he loves creating. He loves, like, God is just, it's inspired by just God and the life he's lived, like his testimony. And so it's just cool to see, like, even how healing the process has been for him to write music and write with God, and all the revelations he gets. But it's been hard being in that refiner's fire too, because you know, like, he's pruning us of our like pride, of like anything that the space he's calling us to, like the things that can come in between our relationship with him, you know? So I also like have to work on my like personal time with him, and I'm like, I'm gonna blend that out more, but my personal time with him, and like really making space, going to bed earlier, getting up earlier, so that I can make that space for just relationship with him, you know? And so I think that's another bigger challenge, is like my me time is like at night, but then I go to bed too late, and then I'm too tired in the morning to like make space for me and God. And I'm like always like seeking after this, like these encounters with him, like having encounters, which I mean, of course, everybody wants to have encounters with God. And I say it because I've had them before. So I'm like, oh, like I just want to encounter, but encounters birth out of like relationship, you know? And if that's all I'm seeking, I'm not seeking like him, then like, you know, like he's not gonna try. Like, it's just like, it's like if someone comes to you just for the things you can offer them, the cool experiences you can offer them, but they don't want to get deep with you, and they don't want to like be there for you in the hard times and be with you, like walk with you in all the seasons. And it's like, we kind of tend to treat God the same way, whether it's a genie or like for these cool experiences. And it's like, that's not a relationship with God, you know? And so it's just a lot of like checking the motives of my heart, the pureness of my heart and things, even in my relationship with him. And so it's been a wild ride, but I'm gonna finish this and come back to y'all. Well, here's our final look, just something super simple, straighten my hair, not getting dressed till later, but that is it for today. So if you want to come along and just join the journey, the conversations, hit that subscribe button, hit your notifications so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. Hopefully I could at least do weekly, but my goal is to do 2 to 3 videos in a week. So we shall see how that goes, but I'm not making any promises or pressure on myself. But yeah, I'll probably do a video before, you know, we post our podcast, so then I will put it in the description and let you guys know of that one. Super excited for this journey, and thank you if you've made it this far, for just listening to me ramble. But yeah, till next time, bye.